ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond
Oh,
the
hold
binary.
on. No,
Welcome.
I'm going to start. You sit
Oh,
here
that's right,
and you're going
Lilith
to
is
ask
gonna
me
start.
if I'm ready. If I'm ready for the show to start, I'm sitting here patiently drinking my coffee. I was born ready for the show to start.
She
Okay.
was said she told me she threatened us today. That wasn't a threat. She announced to us pre-show, like right before the show started, that she's gonna come in hot. Lilith's coming in hot. No need for introduction. Lilith is the introduction. That's Lilith.
We don't
there.
need introductions.
No, yeah, we don't. We're fine.
Yeah.
That's Lilith there,
Yeah.
and I'm Amanda, and then also is Emily.
You're still gonna do it. You're still gonna do introductions anyway. You're still gonna do introductions anyway.
Okay. Have you ever watched a video of a Noam Chomsky lecture? No. And if you've ever watched like a Noam Chomsky lecture, what happens is every time he'll speak at a college and he'll get all academic and he'll go up there and someone that's unimportant and no one cares about will like give some 20-minute introduction nonsense. And then they'll be like, oh, and this is what we're doing, blah, 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 with my life that no one cares about. And then it's time for Noam Chomsky to come out, right? And then they'll be like, this is a man that needs no introduction. And then they proceed with like a 10-minute introduction listing off everything he's ever done in his life, every book he's ever written. And then they'll pepper that with he needs no introduction, like throughout the introduction, the extendedly long introduction. And it almost makes you want to not sit through a Noam Chomsky video.
I mean, I have watched Noam Chomsky videos. I have suffered from insomnia in the past. So yes, I have watched those videos. And I'm usually asleep by the time they get around to introducing Noam Chomsky. Hi, Emily.
Hello. Hi, y'all. It's great to be here. I now finally understand why it's really important for us to wear the same clothes for each episode of the show, because then I can find the one episode where we got a clean intro and I can just use that for all the episodes.
That's exactly right.
See, that was a pretty great intro to this show. I was gonna say, if you wanted to encapsulate this show in like 40 seconds, that was it.
She's not wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm rarely wrong.
I'm rarely wrong.
So that was like a look of disdain that I just gave, and I rescind that look.
I don't care.
I know you don't. I know you do. Yeah, you don't, but you do. I don't like how it really works. Like that's the thing is like there's the like I don't care because like you forget, Lilith, I'm also Gen X, and like I understand that you're a little more maxed out than me.
This transcends Gen X. I've legitimately entered, and you'll get there in the next 10 years, the no fucks given about anything phase of my life. I just cannot be bothered with anyone's thoughts of me or my life or my opinions. We could change my opinion.
There's different flavors of late model Gen X, whereas you were more of like a Husker Du, kind of the replacements Gen Xer.
Stop trying to make it about music, please.
And I was more like a Smashing Pumpkins Jamiroquai Gen Xer.
I feel like I should like, to counter this, I should always be like a comedy thing. It's like, oh, I'm more of a Richard Pryor Gen X, and you're more of a Bill Hicks Gen X is really what it's like. And now no one in the audience knows what any of us are talking about.
No one knows who any of those bands or people are. That's for sure.
We do have two Gen Xers. One would get music references. The other one we know would not.
I would feel like the people like Husker Du, like old Gen X plays Husker Du. Remember that game Husker Du? I never played it, but that's where the band named themselves off of.
Oh, okay.
Husker Du, the home game.
Husker Du, the home game.
They sell it at their shows.
I mean, that's would be
a merch tie-in.
I feel like after my stand-up shows, I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna be out in the lobby selling my latest CDs, and I would just go out with my CD collection and be like, yeah, you want this Pearl Jam album for $5? I don't have room for it anymore. I'm trying to get
I would be CDs. Out after my shows. I would be selling my CD-ROMs of my game, the game version of my life.
I would selling hard
like
drives.
To buy a CD-ROM?
I do just love the idea of, like Monopoly, Star Wars edition, Simpsons edition, pitching to Milton Bradley, which I think is probably just owned by Mattel now these days.
It's Parker Brothers, isn't it?
Parker, whatever. Yeah, it's all conglomerized, if that's a word. But just pitching to them Husker Du, the Husker Du edition, and do a tie-in with a band that 5 people in the world have heard of and listened to. I think that's great.
More than 5 people have heard of Husker Du.
Husker Du is not no one.
Husker Du is the Violent Femmes of Minneapolis. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that's actually an avid comparison. Like, that's not bad.
Thank you. If you want to know about small Midwestern bands you haven't heard of, I'm your gal.
Right there.
Yeah. And I gotta say, like, so I want to bring up something that's a little more serious here. So, like, the laughs are good, levity's good.
Okay.
We all like a good goofball and a funny bone and a ha ha and a yuck. But like, I gotta point out something. I want to show you all something. So I'm gonna lean into my camera here. I'm gonna show you something. So I want to look at this. I don't know if you can see it. You see this right here?
That booger?
See that little spot? You all see it?
That tattoo you got, and then you backed off because you didn't want a face tattoo?
It's not. That is me cutting myself shaving with a safety razor. I know you two know what a safety razor, but if anyone who is watching doesn't know what a safety razor is, it's the kind that like you use an actual razor blade with like the shapes on it, and you gotta twist off the thing and you put it in, and it's got like a cover over it, and then you do it that way. And so it's like the cheaper version of it's not a Gillette with like 5 blades, it's 1 blade.
And
it's called a safety razor because that's a little safer than a straight razor,
which is just a giant knife,
which is just a blade.
Yeah.
It's just basically a knife. Yeah.
That's absolutely razor sharp enough to scrape against your skin and cut hair, which is
this is safe. This is the safe version of that.
Yeah,
it's what it will is.
Still.
Have any of you ever gone to like the barber shop and gotten a shave in your life?
No, and I know what was it, about 15 years ago, like that was a huge thing in Vegas. Like you go and you spend like $150 for a whole shave experience, and they do the thing. It's supposed to be the closest shave you'll ever get in your life, and yada yada. I know that
$150.
It's Vegas, yeah. It was a whole
thing. But that's silly. I mean, I get it. Like I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It seems excessive. I don't want to be an old person.
Of course it's excessive.
It's ridiculous. Back in my day, you could get a barbershop shave for a nickel.
For 2 bits.
Shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
But yeah, I was just curious about that because
I'm sorry. So what are you looking for? Are you looking for sympathy? Are you looking for camaraderie? How would you like us to react to this cut?
I'm kind of bringing public awareness to it. Like I want to bring, because like as trans women, we shave our faces. And I think that's not a thing that's talked about a lot. Like I think in the community, like it comes up and we talk about it like amongst ourselves, maybe, and like in our groups and it's secret, but like it's like so many things aesthetic. Like the seedy underbelly of the reality is not discussed in public to outward facing in a way. And I kind of want to like bring a little attention to it because I think like everyone has their different methods of shaving, and I'm curious as to what all y'all's are. What do y'all do? How do you shave your face?
Well, it's interesting that you have brought up this topic because today we are doing questions again, and one of our questions is about shaving. So should we just jump into the question and answer both the question from the audience member and your question together?
I mean, that makes sense, right?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
I'm asking the audience here, which my audience is the 2 of you. Yes.
Yes. We should combine it into one thing.
Okay.
Before we
Interesting
do that,
pronunciation.
Okay. No, we can go on. I was gonna say before we do that, let me just interrupt real quick and say because like speaking of our audience, we did get a super chat earlier, and I want to bring it up, and it's from the Epic Epileptic, and it says, "Because y'all rock and deserve so much more," and they gave us $5 million, and that's great. Five fat bucks on Honest Abe, and thank you very much for that. Well, you want to just, I didn't want to like gloss over our wonderful super chat. Like,
well done. Also a good point, you know, because we just don't have a lot of momentum at the moment, but we do have memberships. I did set up the memberships. We have
get the membership set up.
We do. So the easy way in is $2 a month. $2. I want my $2. $1.99 gets you as a member. You get early access to our videos. I think you'll get emoji, which are coming soon. We don't have the emoji up yet.
Sorry,
but...
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question.
Oh.
We do the shows live. How do you get early access to
that? No, the videos on YouTube, not the shows.
Oh, so. Okay. I would also say that if you give $10 a month,
let's never watch the channel. By the way, you've never seen a video we've ever done.
I do. I comment every time a transphobe says something stupid. I comment, so I'm clearly lurking and making sure that that justice is dispensed. I would say for $10 a month, you can be rescued by the Pink Sparrow in a future adventure. I mean, how great would that be? How great would that be? Yeah.
That's amazing. Lilith, remind me of that, and I'll go back in. I think we can add stuff to memberships. The first 3 you set up, you can't change much afterwards. Like we can't ever change the price or whatever, but we can add other tiers. But I think you can add benefits to tiers, and I think that would be amazing.
Honestly, if you just asked nicely, I'd probably put you in a story, but you know, give us money.
Do that. Don't offer for free what you can charge money for.
Yes, and
give us your money.
And yes, that Jane Doe, our good friend Anna, does bring up a good point. We could do a members only pre-show where we could let members in early.
You don't want to sit through that. You trust me.
You have seen how
cranky. You see how cranky I am now.
You do want to see.
Imagine how I was
golden
40 minutes ago.
You think that our intros are bad and meandering and you know, lacking any sort of focus. Like you should be there for the pre-show. So yeah.
Maybe you know, Lilith's gonna say, "Don't what you do. You want to see what behind the scenes."
I think we might add that to
the.
We could add that to the $5 tier, or is it $6? I think it's $5.99 and then $10.99. So for the $5.99 tier, we could add that. I think that'd be worth it.
I think so.
Yeah. So, Charlotte says don't see it. So I did do it. I did see that it got approved. So maybe I'm not. I've never done it before, so I'm not sure.
First I've heard of it.
How to access membership. So I will look into that, make sure we have that ready for next week.
Yeah, we'll look into that this week for sure, and we'll make sure it's working.
Literally what I just
said. We can't do it right now because we're in the show.
I mean,
get our tech.
Was there a question about
IT team on that?
I'm not sure, Lilith. It's been so long. It's been 84 years.
So to catch everyone up, Amanda was shaving her nose earlier today and cut herself. And now we have a question about shaving.
Yeah, we have 2 questions because Amanda actually has a question, and we're gonna tie it into this question, which is how often do y'all in parentheses trans femmes shave your face / body? How often do y'all shave?
If you want to go first, I want you to go first.
I maybe shave my face once a week. Like I don't have much facial hair. And the stuff I do have is gray, so you really don't see it. And then my body, I shave every 4 hours. Every 4 hours, I stop everything and I cover myself in shaving cream and I get a straight razor. And I do it with a straight razor. So no, I would say I shave my legs maybe every 6 months, maybe. And I don't shave anything else. I don't really have to. I mean, I don't have to shave my arms thanks to tattoos. So
you did. Did you do electrolysis on your face? Were you able to?
I did laser to start, and then I was doing electrolysis before I fled the country.
Okay. Yeah. So you feel like the areas that you did, this is still something that I'm kind of trying to suss out, like the areas where you did laser, the laser remained permanent.
Yeah, and actually, if you look into having bottom surgery, they now let you do laser down there. It used to be you had to do electrolysis, but now they're like, yeah, laser gets rid of it. I haven't had any grow back on my facial hair that I lasered off.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, I wish I could say the same thing. I have not had such great results. When I first started, I started doing electrolysis, and I did about maybe 5, 7 sessions of electrolysis. And I did it in a real rough way. Like I did 3 hours at a sitting, and like it was fucking gnarly, and like
So
yeah.
I think something you need to know about electrolysis is like they're burning each hair out of your pores, but each pore can produce like 3 hairs. So, you know, that might take a while for it to happen. I would also say, like, look at our hairs, look at your hair, and look at my hair. My hair is wanting to die. My hair, I do not have lush, beautiful hair. I have hair that is just wanting to be gone. So, you know, I assume maybe that had some, I have very light hair, very fine hair. So it was very easy. You have, you know, you have hardy hair that refuses to go quietly into that good night. And, you know, it's going to take more than electrocution to get rid of it.
Yeah.
No, what I was going to say is actually the electrolysis is where the places where I got electrolysis is where it doesn't come back. It's because I got laser after that, and I did about 7 sessions of laser, and I even have like a home laser unit that I should use more than I do. And the laser helped for sure. Like when I would get a laser session, it wouldn't grow back for like a while, and then it would slowly creep in. And like the combination of electrolysis and laser that I did get has reduced it in a sense. And I think that combined with like 6 years on hormones has definitely reduced what my beard was. Like it was pretty thick and heavy. Like it was big, and I could grow like a proper thing.
I would just have something. Just admit you bought that home laser kit just so that I would do a full laser session for you when you came and visited that one summer. Just admit it. Just admit
it was gifted to me, but I did bring it. Yeah. It was delightful. She did do that, and I enjoyed every second of it.
Oh, nice. I've never had someone
I'm a good friend. I'm a good friend. What can I say?
That is a good
wonderful.
Friend. How often are you shaving, Amanda?
Every day. No, if I leave the house, I shave. If I the only times I don't shave is when I absolutely do not leave the house. And I do have those days periodically where it's just like I'm indoors all day, but it's infrequent. Like usually I have to go to work, or I have to like, I've tried not shaving before work, like leaving it like a day, and like I can't. This is still a psychological block for me. Like I can't. If I go out without shaving, I feel like so gross and so unattractive, and so I feel terrible about myself, and it's all I can think of. And I'm completely distracted, and I can't focus on anything. So I think of how gross I feel.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, and like, and I'm meticulous about it too. Like I start with a safety razor, and then I go over it, and I feel, and then after I do a pass with a safety razor, I then go do another pass with like a multi-bladed razor, and I go over and do the finer points, and I use moisturizer, and I feel, and I do all this stuff, and I'm absolutely meticulous about it. And then and so like I've gotten really good at it, but it's still, I hate it. I want it to be done, and I want to not have to deal with it ever anymore for the rest of my life.
Yeah. The pandemic really kind of helped me with a bit of that. I got to the point of being able to go out without having shaved, or without having put on makeup at least, every time I wanted to, because I had to have a mask on. And I think there was something about that sort of eased me into that. And so now that I'm not wearing a mask anymore, I can go out in the morning without having shaved. I can, if I didn't shave yesterday and I'm out this morning, I start to feel pretty weird about it, and I'm pretty self-conscious, but I will go out of the house like that. But that has taken a very, very long time for me to get there. Yeah, Lilith.
I was gonna say, and let me know if you've noticed this, that the longer I've been out and the longer I've been transitioning, the less any of this bothers me. Like when I first came out, if I was gonna go out like in a dress with like whatever, I would shave my whole body. And if I didn't have time to shave my whole body, I was like, forget it. I'm not dressing up. And then now it's just like, whatever, I'm a piece of garbage. You just deal with me as I am. And you get what you get. You get what you get.
There's some truth. There's a lot of truth in that. I'm the same way. Like I'll tell you this. I now in the last like 2 or 3 months have been able to be really comfortable with going out without putting on makeup on. Like I literally generally, if I have a special occasion, I'll put makeup on, but like I generally only put on makeup for this show. Like I'll go out the whole rest of the week, like I'll just go dry, and like just because I don't like to do it, like there's a lot of people that enjoy putting on makeup and they have fun with it, and I am not one of those people. For me, it is like I wish I didn't have to do it. Like it's like I would love to not have to ever. Like I'm just lazy. I don't enjoy the ritual.
Well, and in fairness, and I'm not sure which is the chicken or the egg, we timed it last week, and didn't I have my makeup done in 4 minutes and like 32 seconds?
It was like 3. It was so fast. Emily is so fast with her makeup. It's insane. I watch her do it, and I'm just like, I don't know how you did that. Like she'll do it on camera before we get ready. Another thing to join, become a member and see Emily apply her makeup pre-show and see how fast she does it. And like you'll never see me viewing that, because you will see me touching up my lipstick. Like you'll never see me because it takes me like an hour. Like I need to set an hour aside before we get on together, before the pre-show, to even like be ready.
Yeah.
There's a Zoom setting that just like gets rid of all the rough spots.
I think
I don't use that, Lilith.
Yeah. Anywho, so yes, I don't shave every day because, like I said, I've gotten a little bit better about that. I wouldn't say it's because I consider myself a trash human and just like whatever, but I have gotten to a point of having Gen X level significantly fewer fucks to give about what people think, and I think that's one of my big pieces of I don't know if it's advice. It's just sort of the truth of transition is, the more you go out and put yourself out there, the more you see that you don't, that like nothing bad happens, especially if you're going to your regular places. And that's what gives you the confidence to do it is, we're just so afraid of what everybody else is going to think or say or all that. And when that doesn't happen, it just,
nobody cares. Yeah, that's it. You go out, you're like, oh, nobody cares.
Yeah.
I have a lot to say about this because I disagree. What I'm going to amend this, and I'm going to give a different spin on this, because I think like what you're saying is correct to a degree. Like in the sense, I think what happens is the longer you've been on HRT, like understand like when you first start, like you have to go through a second puberty, and eventually that ends and you're just there. And I think all 3 of us are at that point where it's like, I'm no longer in puberty. I'm through the tunnel and I'm out on the other end, or whatever you want to call it. But like, you're still, stuff still happens, but the reality is I'm not going through the turmoil. I don't have all those, my emotions have evened out, and my keel has evened, and I'm comfortable with myself at this point. And I think the longer you're on HRT, the more that just is the case, the more comfortable you are in your new physique and your new body. And I also think that has a lot to do with the age you are. Like we're all approaching maturity. Like, let's say that. And
I'm approaching it. I'm definitely not mature yet, but I'm trying to get some maturity here.
And the thing is that there's a certain I don't give a fuck that comes with aging too. Like you're just like, I don't care. Like it's not important. Now that being said, I don't think it's true across the board that it doesn't matter when you go out, because I think depending on what you want to get out of going out, I think the idea of looking your best, whatever that means for you, I think that's going to help with your own personal self-confidence. And I think it's also I hate to be shallow and point this out, but like it helps with how other people treat you. You get treated better when you look good. That's just the reality. Like you get treated better by the businesses you patron, you get treated better by the people in line, you get treated by the people you interact with, you get treated better by the police. Like it's like you get treated better by everybody. And if you're in any sort of social situation where like you're hoping to like, I don't know, like advance your social status or your business status or your career or whatever it is, like looking better, looking good, looking your best is going to lubricate that as well. And I think that needs to be at least said. Like it depends what you're looking for. If you're just going to the grocery store and you need to get apples, well, that's one thing. But like if you're going to the grocery store and you are concerned that you might run into someone in your industry, then you might want to put on something nice. It just depends where you're at.
So I'm kind of curious.
My industry?
Your industry, yeah.
Your industry, Lilith.
Lilith's industry.
You personally, I was speaking to you, Lilith. Lilith, do better.
With your industry folks. So I want to tangent on a quick debate based on what Amanda just said. Do we agree that it is the way you look or the confidence that it gives you that has the greater effect, or is more of what's happening? Because I would say that it's more quote unquote passing, being like sort of ignored, left alone in public, for me has felt a lot more to do with my confidence than how I'm dressed, because I have more confidence now and am able to go out without makeup on, even though you can see a little bit of blue around my lips there from my hair, because it's just so damn dark. And I'll still get treated, get miss and ma'am and all those sorts of things and get treated the way I want. And so I think it has a lot more to do with the confidence, but how that does directly tie into what Amanda was saying. You are more confident when you put the effort in and you feel good about yourself. Like, so that, I think that's where the tie in. I think it's less specifically how you look and more the confidence that it helps you to exude.
Yeah, I think that's going to depend on each person. Some people, they do their makeup and it lubricates their confidence to go out. And some people, like for me, is after I came out and before I transitioned, I just noticed that the more I went out as my true self, the more I, dressed and performed as myself. Like I just got more confident in general across all phases of life. And that's kind of how I came to the decision to transition. Like I was just feeling more confident. And I was like, oh, this is right. This is where I need to be. And so, yeah, sometimes you need, if doing all that makeup makes you confident, then you should do it. But eventually, I think it comes from your own internal confidence. Whatever you need to do to supplement that is good for you.
Yeah. If y'all are ready for a nice little tight bow, I shave in the shower. And somehow that helps me to avoid cutting myself. And I think it's just the fact that there's the steam and, I'm spending a little bit more time. I'll wash my face first and things like this. And it just gives more time for everything to kind of settle in, because if I'm not shaving in the shower, I'm shaving in front of a mirror. And recent times when I've shaved in front of a mirror, I've had multiple cuts. It's not like I notice that I cut myself shaving. It's just I get done and there's like a little bleeders. And for some reason, shaving in the shower, I can't remember the last time I had a cut afterwards. And so something about that just really helps. And Yeah.
I know exactly what it is. It is in fact the steam and the hot and the heat. And what that does is the steam and the warmth, not only does it loosen up your pores and open them up, but like also you're actually sweating while you're in the shower, and that adds lubrication as well. And so that's what it is. And that's why when you do get a shave at a barber shop, they'll give you the hot towel, and you're supposed to like let a hot towel sit on your face for like a few minutes before you actually shave, which if you do, like, it actually does make the shave go better, like, and so that's what that is. But like that is why, is exactly that. It's the steam and the heat.
Wow. All right, and Amanda, you had our second question.
Did I thought we were doing a different one than the one I said. I'm already lost.
No, we were doing your question.
The serious one, because I have a serious one.
Oh, I don't know that you just said you had a question. I don't know that I ever read what it was.
I had my question. It was a serious question. Do we want to go down? Because then I don't think that's the one that we voted on.
No, we didn't vote on it. You just said you had one, so I assumed that one was set, and I was coming up with.
I brought it up in the pre-show. I mean, I'll go through it if you want, like if we can talk about it. But it is like not like light. It's not a light one at all. Like, here we go. So the question is, do I transition to save my marriage? And that's a hard question. So I'll go in. I, 31, male to female, am having an incredibly challenging time. My wife, who is now more accepting than initially, is okay with me dressing femme at home and not using any pronouns for me. She is not okay with any additional steps, including pronouns, or using HRT to transition. I am on the brink of blowing up my marriage to transition. We also have 2 young children, so there is a lot of stress involved with this decision, and I do not take it lightly. What does everybody think? Is it worth risking my life to totally feel like me, or do I keep going with the outlets I have and say good enough? I am at a loss and just want the best possible outcome for everyone involved, including my children. I feel if I transition, I may be happier and therefore a better parent, but I also don't know that for sure. Any advice is welcome and appreciated.
I think that they answered it for themselves in the question. I think when you ask a question and you draw it out so long, I think it's because you already know your answer. Well, go ahead.
You want me to jump in? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you had more to say.
I have a lot more, but I'm going to wait until other people chime in.
You're going to let me fumble the ball first, and then you're going to be like, that was really rude.
That right? I'm going to scoop it right back
up. That's what you came for. You came for the rude. You came for the rude stuff. I would say this. Wrong. I would say this. No, anytime you have a question like this, like I'm going to put like I'm miserable and I know this is who I am, but I'm going to put all that aside. Like, will my life be happy? It's like it's not gonna if your outlets are enough for you, whatever, you didn't mention really what those outlets are, if those are enough for you and you can live a happy life, then you should do that. I mean, obviously Amanda will quote this, we've been doing this for 3 years. I always say you have to figure out what's best for your situation, and if living your life like that is enough for you to have a happy marriage and keep your kids happy and raise your kids and also be satisfied with your gender, then that'll work for you. But if that doesn't work for you, you're only going to feel worse and worse. And you basically have to choose, like, do I want to feel worse and worse, or do I want to? People get divorced for all kinds of reasons. Getting divorced because you're transitioning is not better or worse than any of the other number of reasons people get divorced. So you have to make your choice about how you want to be happy and how you want to live your life. And you can't control how your wife will react. You can't control how your kids will react. And that's the sad fact, is like your kids might react poorly. I don't know, if they know, but least helpful answer here. Like you can only do what you can do for yourself. Yeah. And you can try to be a great parent afterwards, but you can't control how any of that is going to play out with other people.
Well, I think they have a good perspective, and one of the key things that they said was, I think it's going to make me a better parent because, and the truth is, you're going to be more authentic. You're going to be happier. Um, and so yes, you're probably going to show up in a more authentic way for your kids, which is really important. Um, you know, but then on the flip side of that, are you going to struggle? Are you going to have a lot more stress because are you going to lose your job? A lot of other things. There's just so many unknowns. And yes, it is absolutely possible, I think in theory, to live in a way that's more constrained, that works for more of the people, if that's something that you're able to accept. But as I alluded in my first little sort of pre-answer there, the way that they have worded this and how lengthy they were on it really makes me think that they're not okay with it, that they're not going to be able to keep it in the closet long term. And if that is the truth, then yes, it is by far the better thing to transition, because you're just going to drive yourself crazy and you're not going to be happy, and that's not going to be good for anybody.
I agree with you on that point, Emily. I think that in this particular situation specifically, it's because you don't want to say, hey, no, do it. That's what you want to do. Because like Lilith said, this is we can't make that decision. This is something only you can decide. Only you can decide if you need to transition. But like Emily said, like with everything that's in here, it's like if you've gotten to the point where you are aware that you're trans, that you want to transition, and you're sure that's what you want to do, and the only thing holding you back is your spouse, like that's kind of the answer to me. It's like, yeah, you should blow up that marriage, because because I'll tell you this, if that cat's out of the bag, once that genie's out of the bottle, it does not go back in. And if she's already like, I don't want to use pronouns for you, I don't want to like do this, I'm not going to let you do this and that, like, then what that's going to be is that's just the start of this already deteriorating. This marriage is never going to get to a place that's good for you ever. Like, this is already gone. Like, this marriage is toast.
There's a power dynamic that's
yeah,
really out of whack there. Yeah.
Well, it was. I was trying to type it because someone mentioned something in the comments, but I'll just say LA. Like if you're with someone who wants to control your identity that much, and in the chat they're talking about someone's girlfriend. Like if that person wants to control your identity, what does the rest of your life look like? If they have no qualms about trying to control that, what else are when they become a Disney adult in 10 years, are you going to spend the rest of your life going to Disney World every vacation? I mean, because that's the kind of power
But they want to take you to look at trains every day.
Oh, this is the best show ever.
So
this is all about Emily now.
That's just like yes, you should, I would never tell anyone to just get divorced. Like, if they're not willing to work with you on it, though, really think about what's that saying about the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's good.
And I was at that point. It's just like I know who I am now, and I know who I want to be, and I can't live the rest of my life just letting you. If I'm going to give you control of that to you, what's the rest of my life look like?
Yeah. Well, and they did mention in the question having young kids. Now, young is a relative term, so we don't know how old the kids are. But for the most part, yes, the kids are going to be confused. They're going to have questions. They're going to get over it relatively quickly, I believe. Like, I don't think that's going to be a problem, unless you're the person that might become your now ex poisons them, which I've also seen with bad ideas. But generally that can go pretty well. And I'm forgetting the key point I was gonna take with that. Yeah. So Amanda, you have comments. I can't believe
Got some other, because there's more bad news, because the thing that you just said is that if your wife is not gonna like allow you, like refuses to use pronouns, like and refuse it, and is not gonna allow you to do certain things, I can already tell that that's what That's transphobic. That's what that is. And that means that they're already going to be hostile towards that sort of thing. And I'm not sure, maybe they'll come around, whatever it is, but like that is the kind of person, at least that's the indication that that's the type of person that will actually fight the divorce and like slur you in court and make it a big ugly messy thing with custody. And what's the sad part of that is like depending on what state you're in, but almost and assuming this is the US, um almost across the board in all 50 states, even the more progressive ones, trans women don't get looked favorably upon the courts. Like they tend to not get the stuff. Like the biological mother will tend to keep the kids and have say over that sort of thing, and you're going to be the one that's paying alimony, and you're going to be the one that's paying child support, and you're going to be the one that's kind of asked out of the situation. And that is something to consider. Like it's sad and it's a shame, but it is kind of how it goes. And that's but the reality is that's not necessarily going to be the case. That's me making an assumption based on this little bit of information that I have. But either way, like if that is the case, you definitely don't want to be married to that person. Like that's this like either way, like the fact that this question is asked in the manner that it is already tells me that the marriage is already done. It's just a matter of how long you want to draw it out.
Yeah, and like Lilith, like you're saying, like Lilith was saying, like it sounds like it's already there's already a controlling and sort of power dynamic issues, like that doesn't bode very well for things going forward.
And as always, I'm going to wrap it up, and Amanda's not going to say anything after me because I'm just going to give the little. Amanda will tell you exactly what she thinks, and like she knows for everyone in the world, and I'm not saying that. Like if you can live like that and you think that's how you want to live the rest of your life, that is your decision to make. But just know my experience has been those feelings don't go away about wanting to transition, and it's going to get harder. But you have to make those choices.
Well, and like you said in chat, someone mentioned, Sarah mentioned a friend that doesn't want to transition because of a girlfriend, and that is something I have more of an issue with, and I have a much stronger feeling on, because if you're married to someone and you have kids, that's a lot. That's a really strong tie, and that's really important to. I understand why that would be really, really important to maintain that relationship as strongly as possible. If it's a girlfriend. Like I feel like that's not worth making lifelong decisions that could, a decision that affects the entire rest of your life for someone that hasn't committed to you to that level yet. I don't agree with that at all.
Please, you just go to Reddit and just look at people asking questions about their girlfriend and boyfriend and be like, y'all have no reason to stay with this person. What is your problem? Like, like if they're like your girlfriend, like just move on.
Yeah, girlfriend gets
just
really
move on
mad when I put ketchup on hot dogs.
Go find yourself a trans girl.
Irate. She smashes all my Star Wars toys.
That's something legitimate. Why are you putting ketchups on hot dogs?
You're an anti-ketchup on hot dog person?
Wow.
Yes, I'm an anti-ketchup on hot dog person. Wow. What are you insane?
What's wrong with ketchup on hot dogs?
What do you eat?
Hot dogs
puts ketchup on hot dogs.
All right, on a hot dog. I'm done with this show. Never mind.
No, you're done. We're obviously done with the trans question.
Well,
we're done with all this.
We're changing the format of the show after this to a Disney and train theme. Anyways, like I'm just sold on that. So.
We heard about
that should have been my first tip.
I heard about
this. Put ketchup on hot dogs. Like at Disney World to be like, of course we put ketchup on our hot dogs, mustard for hot dogs. You're from Milwaukee, get some stadium sauce on your hot dog. That's
I'm gonna go to fucking the Brewers Stadium and get stadium sauce like from here.
You just order stadium sauce. Have it delivered to you.
I'm not a
I
mustard
left
person at all.
Milwaukee 30 years ago. I don't
I,
need no fucking stadiums.
I do not like mustard.
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
been
been
a
a
while.
mustard person. But the wonderful people at Famous Dave's taught me. Somebody suggested mixing their Carolina Gold, which is mustard based, mustard and ketchup, sort of mixed together, mustard and tomato, and ketchup together on their wedge cut fries. It was amazing. It was amazing. But since then, I've really acquired a taste for that Carolina Gold, and that type of barbecue sauce is really good. That on a hot dog would be the way to go. And I wonder, I'm so curious now what stadium sauce is. It doesn't sound great, but I'm sure there probably are great things involved in it.
They put it on Polish sausages at like County Stadium. Well, it's not County Stadium anymore. What is it now?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like
some corporate.
sponsored by some company field. I don't know.
Yeah,
McDonald's,
exactly.
Costco, Burger King Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
PepsiCo Field. Yeah.
Yeah, bunch of bullshit.
Great. We answered all these great questions and gave all this great advice, and this is going to be remembered as the hot dog show. Everyone is talking that we've got so much feedback from talking about ketchup and mustard on hot dogs for a minute and a half. Like, this should really just be the show from now on. It's just like arguing about our tastes for what we put on hot dogs.
It's one of the things I like to put on hot dogs is I'll make like my own relish a little bit, and I'll chop up some dill pickles and some spicy peppers, like some pepperoncinis or some like hot yellow peppers and onions and garlic, and I'll mix that all together with just a little bit of mustard, and that'll be my my relish that I use, and it's quite good, and I recommend it. But I like ketchup. Like sometimes
I'm going to blow everyone's mind. You take a hot dog, you wrap it in a piece of bacon, and you put it in the oven until the bacon's done. And you eat that. It's great.
That sounds wonderful. There's the Seattle dog too. Do y'all know about the Seattle dog?
Cream cheese
and caramelized onions.
And caramelized onions. I don't think I ever got to try one. I got a hot dog from heaven, but it didn't have cream cheese on it.
Yeah, like I don't know what a hot dog from heaven is. That's in Seattle. Is that a restaurant?
In Seattle at the games, at the 7th inning stretch, I think it is, or it's at some point, they go to the upper deck and they throw hot dogs with little parachutes off of the upper deck.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And yeah, I was actually sitting in the upper deck, and I saw in one of the other sections that they would turn around and throw some to the people up there. So I was just like laser focused on the back of their heads. There was a guy and a girl, and I was just laser focused on them. And when they turned around, I locked eyes and I threw my hands up, and it took them 3 tries to get me a hot dog, but they were going to do it, and I got my hot dog from heaven, so it was wonderful.
I love that. Yeah, that's not a Seattle dog. That's an amazing thing.
Yes, but it isn't a Seattle dog.
When I talk about Seattle, you got to go to the carts. They got the carts. Yeah. So like right outside the Comet, there's always a cart. There's always carts just peppered around Seattle.
Yeah, I got to do it.
Basically in Capitol Hill, anywhere you go, you're going to find hot dog carts, and you get it from there, and it's like chef's kiss.
I'm sorry, I was in the chat. Are you still talking about hot dogs?
Yes.
That's the rest of the show, honey.
But Matthias did bring up a very important point to jump off of hot dogs and focus more directly on the condiments. If you ketchup, do you ketchup on the table or in the refrigerator? To refrigerate or not to refrigerate? That is the big question about ketchup.
Put it in the fridge.
Goes in the fridge.
I put it in the fridge too, but I don't know that it needs to.
You put it in the fridge and then you forget about it, and then 6 months later you're like, oh, I still have ketchup.
I still have ketchup. I can put it on my hot dog
for some reason.
I think Pergazzi did a great joke about this. He was talking about like how like when the ketchup gets down to nothing, like he'll throw it away. But his wife will like marry the ketchup. She'll take that ketchup and she'll pour it into the other ketchup, and he's like, and this is good because that way your ketchup's always gross.
All right. someone in the chat just said Chicago dogs are bad, and I cannot have this conversation anymore.
Well, you've already decided to leave the show, so I guess
Makes a Chicago dog. I don't know that I've
You know
had.
who has
I've had,
great
like,
dogs? Detroit had great dogs, because you go
sure,
like
Detroit
there'd be
had great
a
everything.
yeah, Detroit dog, yeah, chili dogs, onions, raw onions, yeah, some cheese on there, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, I've been here in undisclosed location longer than I was in Detroit now.
No,
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah.
Wow.
We were in Detroit.
But you don't have good. I'm guessing there's not a lot of hot dogs there.
The first time I bought a pack of hot dogs here, and I just put it in the microwave to heat it up. And one thing I didn't know is they put a thin sheet of plastic around each hot dog. So I had to throw the first hot dog I tried to microwave out because it had.
You were gonna say they had like some metal, like a metal bar, and they like let your mouse on.
You have to have a hot dog rotisserie to make hot dogs here, because the hot dogs come with a bar that locks in.
I did want to say, Lady Sarah had in the chat had said here in Denmark, even getting an appointment in regards to treatment for gender dysphoria looks a little cut off. Oh, and then rejecting it after they said yes, you fulfill the requirements to get treatment, and then they said no. So like there in Denmark, it sounds like it's very difficult to transition. And this is the person.
Surprising to me.
Yeah.
Like whenever I don't know enough. I've never actually spent any time in Europe. But my understanding is that like Northern and Western Europe are like the best places to basically be trans, and it's like where it's most easiest to get care and the least likely to get fucked with. But maybe not. You know, I've heard some nightmare stories for the UK. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Down here, I just go on Uber Eats, and I go to a pharmacy and I order the prescriptions I want, and they bring it over.
Nice. Yeah. Well, and so Lady Sarah was the one that was talking about the friend who was not transitioning because of a girlfriend, and it sounds like that this person's actually had a much deeper story, and I think maybe the girlfriend's part of it, but also just having issues with the healthcare has been very difficult. She was put on the list.
They got approved for the healthcare, and then they decided not to do it because of their girlfriend. That's what it sounded like to me. Like that's what I got.
Oh, maybe you'll have to clarify, Sarah.
Yeah, Lady Sarah, we're confused at what you're talking about.
Yeah, then she said no, so she's on the list. Not sure if she wants it now. Yeah.
Right, they can get the treatment, but they're not doing it because of their girlfriend, and that's what I understood it to be.
I was following along, but I was also, responding in real time.
In real time, yeah.
In real time.
You're better than me. You're a better person than I am.
We have 6 minutes left of the show. Do we want to do a rapid fire? Did you have a rapid fire?
I do have a rapid fire.
It's rapid fire.
Will you be able to rapid fire?
We're gonna try.
Yes.
We've not proven successful at it so far.
I would say some of these questions, they're clearly from cis people, and it's just like the answer is real simple. I put into Google, why do trans men? And here's what I got. Why do trans men get pregnant?
Because of the parts that they have. Yeah, because they want to have babies.
Here's a good one. Why do trans men pass better?
Oh, testosterone is a much better drug. It's a much stronger hormone.
Powerful. Testosterone is mighty.
I always feel like if you're going male to female, you've got so much to undo, and if you're going female to male, you're not undoing anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's both of those.
That's not true.
Estrogen is a much weaker hormone. T is very strong. The male to female experience, the hormones do a lot. It's wonderful. The female to male experience, testosterone does a lot of changes fast. The surgery, a nightmare. Male to female, hormones are slow, don't have great results. You've got to do laser and all kinds of painful shit and surgeries, and then the surgery can make you look absolutely cis pretty easily. So it's just like hormones are a bitch for trans women, surgery is great. Hormones are great for trans men, surgery is a complete bitch. So
okay, so next question, and these are clearly coming from people outside the community. Why do trans men wear tape?
Yeah, to trans men's single greatest bit of dysphoria that I've ever heard of is breast is the top.
And
they
they wear
confuse
binders. They don't
the
just go around
identity
with
cameras,
scotch tape.
the
They don't.
face recognition software. That's why I do.
It's also funny, like these questions clearly come from people who just can't let other people live their lives. Why do trans men do drag? Why do trans men do drag? Tell me that. Why do trans men do drag? I demand answers. People do what they want.
Anybody.
There's your answer, dude.
Yeah. Because everybody else does drag, so why wouldn't they want to do drag too? Like, it's fun. It's just fun.
Why do trans men take hormones?
To feel
men?
better. To feel better with themselves? To be more comfortable in their bodies. To get the bodies that God didn't give them.
Oh my God.
To get the bodies that they didn't get that they were supposed to.
We have to talk about this. I know we're running out of time, but about hormones. Did you hear the new craze among older cis women is to take testosterone to up their sex drive? And there was a story on it, and the lady in the story, like, they asked her, well, how come you're for you taking these hormones and you're against like trans people? And it like blew her mind. It didn't even enter her mind that people take. Of course not. Let me see if there's any other questions here that.
Because and then of course, oblivious.
The cissest of questions. Why do trans men take estrogen?
Yeah, they don't.
They don't. Because you don't understand what
you don't know what words mean. That's why you don't know what anything is. Yeah. Why does blue taste weird? You might as well ask that.
What does glue taste weird? Is that what you said?
Why does blue taste weird? I don't know. I don't know.
I thought you said blue, and I liked
going on.
It's messed up your joke.
I don't know what you got going on in your brain, but ain't nothing good.
Anyway, that was our rapid fire segment.
And thank you so much for playing. And I think that'll wrap up our beautiful show for today. Thanks everybody for being here. We love you. If you haven't joined the channel, go ahead and do that if you can, if that's within your budget and it's you have the sensibilities. We haven't figured out exactly the extra perks we're going to give you, and all of those. Charlotte says a nice $10 super chat. Thank you, Charlotte. 10 actual dollars says, as Amanda's not so keen on super stickers, she can read bye-bye, hands waving. Thank you, Charlotte. Yes, I can and I will. I love to. Well, Charlotte, because you've been so generous, I want to read. I want to give the world what you're giving to us. So, like, that's what that's all about. And but also, like, where I don't know, the joining thing is new, and this is the first I've heard of it today. So we'll make sure we'll all get together on this, and Emily and I and Raina will all work to make sure that it's absolutely functional for sure, no ambiguity by the weekend. So we'll take care of that if it's not already. If it is working, click that button, like and subscribe, share, do all the things. Subscribe to Lilith Substack. The link is in the description. I don't have anything going on with my band right now, but we're cool. Our band is Robin and the Love Letters. We're going to put out probably a single pretty soon, and so check that out when it's out. I will let you know. Emily, do you have anything going on this week?
No, I don't have anybody booked for the show yet. I've still been setting up some other things. So, nothing on that, but Wednesday we will be doing another episode of Creative Block. And last one was fun. Ashley and I drew a wombat together, which was fun. It was the first like actual drawing that I've done with another person, and it turned out really, really cute. It turned out really good. So I need to put that on the Transverse social media so y'all can see it. But we'll be doing something more like that because it was super fun.
And then next after this, we've got Mediocre Poker at the top of the hour, and think about what you want to see. I think I'm leaning towards PLO, but we'll see what Raina and Jane want to do for that show. So yeah, we're gonna have Raina, we're gonna have Anna. It's gonna be a full boat. Next week on Mediocre Poker, my friend my good friend Kenny will be joining us, and so that's an exciting thing. Kenny's an old friend of mine and an experienced poker player. Like he and I have been playing poker together for about 20 years. So like he'll be able to add some insight as well. Think about that. And then of course tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Pacific time is the Church of Vault-Tec. We're still in 76. I haven't gotten my Fallout 4 rig yet, but I am working on it. Fallout Day happened this week, and it was a grave disappointment among the community. Everyone wanted them to remake Fallout 3 in New Vegas, and they instead are going to re-release Fallout 4, and everyone's like, Bethesda, I hate you. Like, I don't know, whatever. It's cool. Fallout 4 is great, but we'll be playing Fallout 76. We're in Flatwood, so we're gonna fart around there, and then we'll make our way up the coast towards the West Virginia Lumber Company to take out those free radicals, whatever those dicks are called. And so Lilith will be with me on that, and that'll be that. So stick around, come back in an hour. We'll see you then, and then we'll see you tomorrow as well.
Love you all. Thank you so much.